All right, we're gonna play some musics and play around with some of the visualization options here. So this is a pretty standard kind of bar chart here, and we're using this feature called loudness that's produced by Meta. So let's play around with this a little bit. Let's do drawing it with quadratic Bezier curves instead. Makes it a little smoother, but it's kind of a little different. We can play around with some different signals. I think for this one, actually just drawing the basic bars is going to look better. Let's try this guy as an alternative. So this is like recording something to do or analyzing the frequencies and extracting something to do with like these different octaves. All the hard stuff is being done by Meta. Okay, so let's just pause on that and go back to what I had as kind of my defaults. Let's do discrete for now, and let's jump over and take a quick look at the code. So first thing that we can do, if we just kind of play where we're at right now, it's pretty basic, that makes sense. The first thing that we can do is add some WebGL post-processing and see what that looks like. So it's adding kind of a bloom effect to the post. You can also easily add, I mean, there's hundreds of these, but this one is adding like a little after image effect as well. And the WebGL portion of this is really efficient. So, we're just drawing into the HTML canvas every frame, and then WebGL is kind of taking the rendering from there. But let's actually just turn this stuff off for right now, and we're gonna play around with some other stuff. So if I just go back to see where we're at, okay, that looks pretty good to start off. So this is currently cutting off like the sample. Any samples that are less than the mean. So let's take a look at. Okay, so now we're viewing like the full sample of this signal from Meta, which is again loudness. I'm not sure exactly how it's computed, but and then if I want to, for instance, accentuate the differences between these things, I can just kind of take each value to a power. So I'm going to go back to kind of my default here, which is, again, just kind of cutting off at anything below the mean. And then let's take a look at some different ways of drawing this thing. So first off, right now, we're just drawing this thing normally, just once, but I can switch it to... It's basically going to draw the same thing, but 3 times. And it's going to be rotated, transformed, and scaled. So we're drawing the same exact waveform 3 times. It's just transformed so that it forms this triangle. So this looks cool. Now we're kind of starting to get somewhere. And then let's go ahead and check out what this looks like with some of our post-processing effects. It's starting to look pretty cool. Let's see. So I'm going to turn this off for now, and let's go back and play with drawing this as linear. So this is going to draw lines between each point. You see it's a little like pointy and stuff. And if we just kind of make that quadratic instead, we're drawing like a smooth line in between each one of these points. So now we have something a little bit closer to our kind of original inspiration. It's still not quite there. If I turn back on the kind of bloom filter, it's a little bit closer. And we're getting close. Then I can go back and I can play with we're just really working with one extracted signal from this waveform, right? So if you want to go back and for instance, draw something that's a little more like a standard frequency domain waveform. Yeah, this is not looking great. Let me try to tweak this guy. So we're gonna go back to displaying the whole signal instead of just everything above the mean. Yeah, that still looks horrible. So the main problem with just drawing the frequency domain like directly is that, you know, the majority of it is like empty, right? So I'm gonna go back to just displaying like, oh, I gotta turn off all my fanciness. And we're gonna go to displaying just the discrete bars again. So this is kind of as basic as you can get. This is like your standard frequency domain spectrum here. And I mean, Meta has a whole bunch of cool shit. Let's see. I mean, I've so far I've shown this like. Let's see. So far I've shown the amplitude spectrum. I haven't played with all this other stuff, and I'll be honest, I don't fully understand what all this stuff is, but Chroma tends to produce some cool results. Loudness tends to produce some kind of perceptually nice results. So if I go back to drawing the loudness, and then go back to here, I think, you know, I've really just been doing a lot of kind of playing around and just seeing what looks cool, to be honest. Okay, so we're cutting off stuff below the mean. We're gonna accentuate it a little bit by taking it to a power, and then I'm gonna turn it back into a triangle. So instead of just drawing this thing once, I'm gonna draw it 3 times. So now we're drawing our triangle again, and then let's see. Let's go back and add our bloom effect. And the one last thing is we're gonna instead of drawing the individual bars, we're gonna make it smoother. And then, you know, for instance, we can if we get sick of this one song, we can change it to a different song. Song takes a little while to pick up, but let's see if I can find my original. Yeah, my original motivation was like this guy, right? This is kind of where I'm trying to. Let me pause this thing. So this is kind of where I'm trying to get to. You know, I have like this bloom thing going on. Have a little bit of the like. Soft, being able to draw these soft curves, but the actual like audio feature that I'm trying to capture, I feel like I don't have the right thing yet, because this looks really dope, and I'm getting closer. Again, kind of comparison over here to where we're currently at. Definitely is not on the same level. I actually think let's use a different song. And then maybe let's try. I mean, there's a whole bunch of filters I haven't even like played with yet, but we can get creative. So let's just adding like that after image type thing again.